OtraXFavor. This is one more, please. ¿Cómo estás, Alex?
Muy bien, Richie. ¿Y tú?
Fíjate que no, amanecí con mucho ruido, no me quería despertar. Y había mucho tráfico también, muchos policías y que te están extorsionando. Y luego la comida, no me gusta mucho la comida. Me gusta mucho el chicken,
Las alitas.
las alitas.
Sí.
La salsa no pica mucho, la soda no sabe, como que no tiene sabor, le falta azúcar. Pero bien.
Pero bien, sí. Ay, no.
There's an inside joke about this, and we're probably gonna talk a little bit about it. But basically, welcome to Otra, por favor. As you guys know, this podcast is about fútbol, vida, and cultura. We were actually not gonna record an episode this week. You know, Leagues Cup is pretty much done for Austin, even for my América de mi vida. But la gente me pidió que lo haga. Y lo voy a hacer. ¿Quién soy yo para negarle al podcast a la gente?
Exacto.
Pero dije, si lo voy a hacer, tengo que hacerlo con una amiga. And then it was, yesterday I was looking at this video and I was just cracking up the whole time. And I was like, who can actually get my idea of what I'm about to talk about today than Alex. So today in the studio we have Alex Castillo.
Hello.
She's a dear friend of mine. We've gotten to bond more as time goes on, especially after the LB boat last year, the boat party. Every year LB does a boat party, and then it was fun. Someone's leg was burned because of the slide. Le faltó agua. That was funny.
Lots of stories.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, just I wanted to bring you in because, as you guys know, we always talk about fútbol, vida, and cultura. There's a couple of topics that I wanted to touch on. One is pretty close to home here in Austin, and then the other one is a little more general. But before we go into talking about these topics, I want to say thank you for everyone that listens to this, to our content, whether it's on YouTube, Golz TV now, also Spotify, anywhere you get a podcast. And also, thank you for everyone that always, sends me a message, a shout out, anything. I greatly appreciate it. And before we talk more into, getting to know Alex, I also want to say thank you to Still Austin. Today we are drinking the John Collins. I will drop the recipe. Yeah, Alex, how is the drink? Salud.
It's so good. So refreshing, especially after today's hotness.
This summer's hotness.
Mm-hmm.
Hot girl summer. Pero, that's another story. Now, before we go into our topics for today, Alex, I want to ask you, can you share just a little bit to the audience about you, where you're from, and how did you get involved with the Austin FC community that we all love?
For sure. Yeah. No, thanks again for having me. It's an honor. I listen to Otra, por favor, while I work, during the day. So thank you again. So yeah, a little bit about me. I was actually born in Chihuahua, Mexico.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Yeah, that's how you say it. Chihuahua. And so born over there. My family moved to Austin when I was about 6 months. 6 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And been here ever since. I went to Lanier High School, which is called Navarro now, and went to UT. So pretty much, an Austinite. Yeah, so go Longhorns.
There we go.
But yeah, an Austinite, and currently work for a nonprofit where I help Black and brown individuals break into the tech and climate sector. So yeah,
doing a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when did you first get involved with all the supporter groups? Like as a fan, when you first heard about Austin FC, what was your reaction? And then also, what is something that, your favorite moment of, whichever season?
Oh man, the build up to the first game. I was nervous because I wasn't really sure if I was going to get a ticket or not to be able to go. I was one of those that kind of just waited until last minute.
Yeah.
And I got lucky, thanks to Gabby. Shout out to Gabby. She was able to give me one of her tickets, and I got to go to the game. So that's my memory. But as far as how I got involved, I actually found LV through socials like Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I started like befriending people that, would post about it, and started hitting them up like, hey, what's up? Like, what is this all about? And really like the name, Los Verdes, Hispanic,
Very.
So, yeah. So I actually befriended Juan Corona. He told me all about it, and I was like, all right, I'm sold. Like, let's hang out. So got invited to the Moon Tower party.
Okay.
At Zilker. And that's where I started, meeting everybody and started getting invited to more things. So,
yeah. And out of like the group of people that are there, which everyone is amazing, even with our, some stuff doesn't go the right way, or there's a lot of questionings, but everyone outside of that is great. Which is like, who's your clique, your go-to people every time you hang out?
Oh man. Well, besides you, Richie. Yeah, no, I mean, my good friend Rick, Richter, Ricky, Quesadilla, infamous Quesadilla.
Okay.
Quesadilla and Jess, So it's, usually us four.
La Presi 2.0.
Yeah, Presi 2.0, holding it down.
That's good.
So, yeah, and met a lot of great people through it. So, yeah, no, it's been awesome. It's been an awesome ride for sure.
I think like a lot of, the way I look at it is just the camaraderie, or I think that's the right word I'm trying to use, but the fellowship, everyone just at the end of the day, when they get together and it's a good time, it is a damn good time.
Yes.
Like,
definitely.
we've had a lot of pretty cool, like, experiences. Like, for me this year, sharing it 3 days with all kinds of people, it was amazing. And my liver didn't say so much, but overall it was awesome. And I think it continues to be awesome. This day, and just as it is awesome, it's a good plug-in to talk about, something that occurred last week already. As you guys know, not in the tabloids, even made it national, Fagundez traded to Galaxy. It was a very sudden decision. It broke our hearts a bit. I want to ask you, I know sometimes people say, oh, you guys are thinking as fans. I'm like, whoa, duh. I mean, we're fans. Like, we're supporting the team. So, sometimes as media, you're trying to find your way to be unbiased. But at the end of the day, you're supporting a team that is like home. Like, it's in Austin. It's like literally a block away. So emotions get there. Diego traded. Well, how was what was your first reaction, and what went through your mind?
First reaction was like, this isn't real. Like, this is fake. I'm like, no, this is not. I can't. No. Yeah. And then once it set in a little more, I'm just like, I was super upset. Even cried a little, just because like we've gotten to know him, pretty well, and he's out in the community, doing good things, and just inspiring people. And it just sucks to lose somebody like that. That's so like inspiring within the community.
And is it like for you, is it the first professional soccer player you get that close to? Because it's different when you see a player from Europe or a player from even the Liga MX, but to have someone that is well known in Austin, that hangs out with everybody as much as possible, is always surrounded by people. Is it your first time, having the experience of being a friend of someone that is a professional player that is pretty well known?
Yeah, no, definitely. And what makes it more special is like, like I'm from Austin, and, he, like is from an Austin team.
Mm-hmm.
We've never really had any teams from Austin, professionally. So, I'm a Spurs fan, everything outside of Austin, there's a following for it. But when we finally got a team, and then to be able to know somebody from it and how much they loved Austin, it's just special.
It hit home in several ways. And there's one thing for me is whenever I saw the news, the Secret Invasion movie from Disney Plus was just over, I believe, a week ago. Or the same week. So when I saw it, I'm like, pinches scrolls. Josh Wolf is a scroll. I think he's hidden somewhere, underneath. But then, that happened. We planned to say goodbye to him. Well, I don't want to brag or, be conceited, but, I was the original one along with a friend of mine, Ismael. We both wanted to just give him the proper farewell. Some people were left out. I'm sorry, but for everyone that showed up, no one got turned away, even if they didn't see the invitation. Pero one thing that I got to see is Diego seemed sad about it, and I'm pretty sure he was emotional still, pretty shaken by the decision. But he left with this sweet taste from the people that surrounded him here, and I think he got to understand. From us, from a lot of people that, for me, I don't know him 100% someone else, maybe, friends that I know that are pretty close to him. But the times that I bonded, with him or interacted with him, he's a great dude. So, when you're trying to do media, you don't want to be too close to a soccer player, but sometimes some connections are genuine and you have to be careful, and when to ask a question and when not to ask a question. Pero lo que él hizo aquí es algo formidable y creo yo que dejó una huella. And another thing that I saw, him leaving was just it wasn't up to the supporters. If it was up to everyone here, he would have stayed.
For sure. But
he left with it was that moment right there. It was what, it was a sad breakup, but it was, it's one of those de que, okay, me rompí con la novia, pero sigo siendo muy buen amigo de la familia.
Exactly.
And I think that's how
perfect.
That's how it was. And I know there's everyone, you have the right to feel however you feel, as long as it's respectful. That's how I was, putting it that way. And one thing that I also wanted to say is, he left interacting with everyone that was there, every kid. And he also left calm. He como que rejuveneció. He was in a press conference today, lo presentaron. And a 10-minute press conference where he pretty much said, I'm ready for what's next, and I'm ready to do what I got to do in Galaxy, because at the end of the day, that's his job. Mm-hmm. As an accountant, I understand the business side of it. As a fan, it sucks porque se fue nuestro Fagu. But the one thing that I want to go with is, for everyone that's out there that I know is, it's already been a week. It's time to look ahead. There's still a season left, and at the end of the season, whatever decision is done is gonna be done. Whatever, if Wolf does good or bad, it's gonna be, a lot of responsibility will fall on him. But I think now, with Rodo's help, I hope things. If this decision was for the best, como dicen, después de un breakup, if it doesn't fall apart, it falls together, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
El
but
whiskey.
I get it.
Pero now, say for example that it's already been a week. How what do you think about it? What's your thought on everything that happened with the whole Fagun situation?
Yeah. No, I mean, still pretty sad about it, of course, and, seeing the pictures with him holding up the jersey and all that. I'm like, but I mean, I wish him the best. And he just seems focused. He's like, all right, I mean, it is what it is. I'm here and I'm going to do what I can to help the team. And that's what I noticed in the press conference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then also Memo Vasquez, the young guy, he came in replacing Fagu. Well, he was part of the trade. He's from what I heard, he's from El Campo, which is an hours away from Austin. he's pretty close to the Houston area. His mom used to drive him to Houston. I think he debuted in Dynamo. So
yeah.
I was like, hey, wait, like, he's part of the team. Yes, for supporting Memo, that doesn't mean you're not going to support Fagu. Like,
Exactly.
Why not both?
Yeah, exactly.
And why not the whole team? And what do you think, like, in regards to, the team and what's going on? How do you feel about the remaining of the season? Where do you feel like we're going to end up?
Yeah, I don't know. This season has just been so up and down, like inconsistent. Mm-hmm. So I really don't know. I'm like really curious. The next 2 games are going to be a test. Yeah. St. Louis and Dallas. Yeah. I really don't know what to think. I hope, we can get it together and, win these next 2 games. But, yeah, it's going to be tough. St. Louis at the top, and then Dallas,
and the bottom.
almost beating Miami, though. That was a crazy game. So, yeah, I guess, we're going to see.
St. Louis and then Dallas, and then we don't get a home game to the 31st.
Yeah.
Because I think we're still playing Seattle right after Dallas. Are you going to Dallas?
I'm thinking about it.
Thinking about it,
yeah.
We'll probably go covering the game.
Yeah.
Keep you guys posted. We'll see what's up. Yeah. We're in talks with people, like always. Sometimes they come through, sometimes they not. If not, I'm going to be asking for a bus ticket to go there. It's going to be an interesting closing. I think I don't know what's really going to happen. It's hard to, like you said, it's very unpredictable.
Really?
Anyone that had any predictions about how the season would turn out, I think nobody thought, like, even Fagundez was going to be gone.
No.
So I am assuming someone actually made a bet somewhere in Texas, in Vegas, in a drunk night, and said Fagundez is leaving Austin. And he's probably rich right now. Mm-hmm. So, if you are that person, hit me up. I want to have a talk with you.
He put that out there, man.
He put that out there. And let us know why you made that decision to bet on Fagu leaving. Yeah. Dude, I still think about it, and I like sometimes you laugh about, bueno. Don't. However, Fagundez, we won't forget about you. We might even keep up with you as the season goes. You're gonna be our one player we keep an eye on. So.
Oh, definitely.
We might be in LA when you make your debut. We may not. Te tiramos cerveza cuando vengas para acá. Tal vez no. You won't know until you come.
I'm excited for that one.
You're excited for that one. Mm-hmm. And speaking of excitements, I was, I think going into the, different topic, we were, the talk right now that's going around, and it's probably more in the cultura part, and it's pretty funny, but it could be a good lesson to learn. I don't know if you guys know who Yahritza Y Su Esencia is, but I believe there are 3 siblings that have a band, and Yahritza is the main singer. She actually had a song con Grupo Frontera. It's a pretty good song. I like it. It's catchy. I've been listening over and over to it because it's just, I liked it before, and I'm still going to like it no matter what happened. But they were in Mexico. I think they were in Mexico City doing an interview. And it's like, everything started with la reportera bien amable. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo se la están pasando? Y Yahritza, la primera que empieza de que, pues yo con mucho sueño porque no dormí bien. Dude, I was laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Y luego,
it was funny.
It was funny. And then her older brother, I think he plays the guitar. Mm-hmm. He said, pues, ¿qué dijo creo que el chile no picaba aquí, or he said something, but it was like pretty mild. No, pero el otro, you could tell the middle, like the middle child, de que, pues, es que a mí no me gusta nada a mí me gusta el chicken, las alitas.
Sí.
Y
no pique.
Que no piquen. A mí no me gusta nada de eso. But the funny thing, and I'm going to share the link of the interview, but the funny thing is just in the whole interview, then they want to talk about, like, there was like the noise, and then, the like, oh, y luego la coca. Como que la coca como que le falta algo porque no tiene sabor. Como que le falta azúcar.
totally the opposite.
Totally the opposite. I was gonna say, creo que le falta químico.
Yeah.
So that happened, and he just like, and then Yahritza and her older brother, they went in the interview and actually talked about the, about the song and when things will be released. And then the middle one, he just went at it. Like he just went to, it was like he was in therapy y dejó sacar todo. And it was funny because, the reason why I bring it up is I think we've all had a no sabo moment. Do you think can you recall one on your side?
Oh man, no, I just remember like going back to Mexico to visit family, and anytime I would say something wrong, oh man, they would tear me apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember one example, but like, yeah, I just remember feeling like that, like, oh yeah, that was not right.
Well, which word do you remember or you recall like struggling with when you were young?
Oh man, not anything that I can recall. Yeah, maybe numbers. Yeah, like saying like a million. Un
million.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Probably more than likely with numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Séptimo, sexto, todo eso.
Hey, you say it pretty good. Sexto,
ahora sí. Ya
pero antes, sexto, séptimo.
Yeah.
Séptimo.
I had to learn the hard way when I go to Mexico. Yeah.
And then like with your Spanish now, you think it's ahí ya la tienes o todavía you still struggle with some words?
Some words for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell my parents, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? And yeah, I have to say it in English and they're like this. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Can you say paranguaricutirimicoro?
I have practiced that one. Let's try.
A ver, sácala.
Sí. Paranguaricutirimicoro.
Hey, that's pretty good. Salud.
Yeah, salud.
That's good.
First try.
First try. And if not, retakes. Aquí, we believe in second chances, third, fourth, fifth, todas. Josh Wolf, te queremos. I think, I grew up a no sabo kid, but the opposite. I didn't know English. So I think for everyone that's shitting on them, that he didn't know English before, and even up to now, like their English is not the best. Like just know that, hey, we've all had a moment like that, bro. Yeah. Like we've all said something dumb. I'm always saying something stupid. But even like say now for me as my wife, she's Vietnamese and I don't like some Vietnamese food. So that's my no sabo, moment right there. But I think where I want to get to is that que, it's okay. They said something. They said how they felt because they asked them a question. It's not like they started off shitting on, before you ask me how I feel, let me just tell you that everything sucks here. Like, no, that's like, hey, how do you feel? Wait, what if they didn't get no sleep?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then like, but there's also like, maybe they, I don't know their story. I don't know what situations they were going to and what they got into when they were like young with their parents, if Spanish was a push for them. But I think people that sometimes they're like really going hard on them. There's some people that have been here for 20 years and they still don't know English. So it's raza, tranquilos,
Tranquilos, pobrecitos.
Don't be shitting on them. We've all shit the bed before.
Yeah.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah.
Y no digan que no porque les ha pasado.
Definitely.
Yeah. Pero and the one thing is I don't know how used of like how often they do interviews in Spanish. They might sing very good songs in Spanish, but you practice that word over and over, the pronunciation, doing an interview at a young age, having a camera in front of you. You're sometimes thinking like you're going to say something funny, but then it backfires. The reporter, the person that was interviewing her, she handled it pretty well because she didn't laugh about it. Her tone, you could tell she was just having fun with it, but she was just like walking them through like a very good, kind person. Like it kind of reminded me of my friend Salwa, La Simpática, and just guiding them through and, sí, platícame, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más?
Yeah.
So shout out to the reporter, man.
Yeah. No,
she did an awesome job. I think, yeah, it didn't go maybe as planned, pero it was great. But like I said, we can't just go in and when these situations happened, no se puede prender la raza y luego tirar madrazos.
Luego canceling.
Tranquilos, porque si no nos hubiéramos cancelado todos,
Really though.
We were born canceled, basically. That's how I say it.
Yeah, true.
You always build from bottom and then go up.
I like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Eso solo pasa en Otra, por favor.
Otra, por favor.
Now, before I completely forgot to ask you, so both parties going on every year. How was this year for you guys?
Oh, it was pretty nice. Honestly, I had a hard week at work, and it was like what I needed. It was chill. The sun was nice, and the water was good. Good vibes. Yeah, it was nice. I had a good time.
Whenever you're in a boat and you're out, having fun with everybody singing out. What is your drink of choice when you're out in the lake or in a pool?
Normally, I would say Malibu and Coke is my go-to. Didn't have that this time, but I have become a big fan of High Noons. So
what's a High Noon?
It's like a vodka based drink.
Okay.
Yeah. So looks like a seltzer. I think it's a vodka seltzer, something like that. But yeah, somebody brought a whole bunch of those, and I was like, "Ooh, these are refreshing." So yeah, just had that on the boat.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, I had FOMO, and I didn't look at social media the whole day, just so I won't be, thinking about it. But low key, I was like, man, I wish I was in that boat right now.
Yeah. No, I was missing you because I was like, oh, this is when me and Richie bonded.
Right? Dude, that was a fun.
Yeah.
I ended up with a peach on my ass because the Handsome Boys club that LB has, they were giving away like tattoos, and I'm already pretty tipsy, and I'm like, ¿a que no me lo ponen acá? And I think Lizzie, she's like, ¿a que sí?
I could see.
Y dije, va.
And it happened.
Va, jalo. And then it happened. And I think my wife, she looked at me, she's like, what do you have in your ass? Like, I looked at her. It's a peach. It means so many things in life. But yeah, I know you had one question for me before we were gonna leave. And I think I've answered it in the past, but I'm always down to answer it again.
Yes. Every time I watch the show, I'm always wondering why the Lima jersey. So why Lima? Why
the Lima jersey? It was in the summer of 2022. We traveled to Dallas and we won the Copa Tejas. Usually when I'm doing media, I'm pretty señor respetuoso, no tomo. But if I'm gonna go in one of those bus trips away games, I gotta let the Richie come out every once in a while.
Oh boy.
So I that game I brought my Murga jersey. Okay. It was a tank top. So after the game we win Copa Tejas. Fagu's coming by saying hi to Alicia. Alicia gets next to me. I didn't get next to her. She gets next to me. So the Richie and me was like, Fagu te quiero. Fagu te quiero. Te quiero mucho, Fagu.
I do remember that.
And then that happened. And then, Fagu actually gave me a handshake. Like, gracias. And no, gracias a ti. And then something clicked. I'm like, wait, people are always giving, the players are always giving this, the fans something. They're always giving them their jersey, their socks, their underwear. Danny Pereira give me his shoe. Why not I do something for them? So the Richie on me, quita la playera y la tiro. And then the security guy comes and brings it back to me like, no, this is for them. This is my gift to them because we just won the Copa Tejas. And Nick Lima sees it. He picks it up and like, hey. He takes off his shirt. And then he gives it to me. But like in the time from when I threw the shirt in the field and he gave me his jersey, it was like 10 seconds. On my mind, I was drunk, but I was like, crap, I'm going to go back home without a shirt. And then I think that meant to be a prayer to God up there. Besote.
Yeah.
And that's when he touched Lima's heart and he gave me his shirt. So I wore that shirt back.
Yeah.
I come back stinking. My wife is like, you smell. And I'm like, I smell like Copa Tejas.
That's awesome. No, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
That's how it happened. So the picture that you see of the players, you know, and Lima wearing the Murga jersey, that's mine.
You. That's awesome.
So yeah,
I had no idea. That's dope.
So and
good story.
Every time I'm drunk and I'm in a game and I have a shirt, more than likely it's gonna be in another player's hand, like, you know, for my birthday one.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
That shows, you know, the character that I something like to have.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's a good memory for Copa Tejas. That was awesome.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I know before we go, which is your favorite episode out of all, and then what is something that you wanna any input you give me right here, because I really don't ever I try to respond to comment, but sometimes I forget. I'm the worst at responding to people back, except for when we send memes. Ahí sí soy un bueno.
Yeah.
Pero what is something like you would say, like the podcast, like what do you think about it?
I mean, I enjoy it, honestly. I just have it playing in the background. I followed some of the people that you've brought on, especially I forget her name, but from San Antonio.
Katie Goodman.
Yes, Katie. I've been following her.
She went to she was working for Fox.
Yeah, she got to go over there to
Katie,
the World Cup. Yeah. So that one I really appreciate. And then just because women in broadcasting.
Yeah.
And talking about all that and how she got to be where she is. Second favorite is of course Mago. And his story really touched me and really brought back a lot of just memories of my family coming over here and struggling. It's 7 of us. I'm the baby, so got to grow up here. So I'm the one that learned English. So I'm the one that they asked to do everything for them, to help them out. At 7, yeah.
No puedes traducir
yes.
si no sabe inglés.
Yeah.
¿Para qué sabes inglés si no ayudas?
Exactly.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I appreciate it. Katie might be in the podcast one day, maybe not, and she'll come back, sharing her story with Michelle. That might happen. That might not.
Nice. Okay, I'll be looking forward to that one.
But yeah, we'll keep you guys out. And then there's 100 episodes. It was cool to share. Well, it's about to be 100 episodes, and I was like, I gotta have my friend Alex here. So. Hey. Alex, I appreciate you coming through in this last minute one. I was gonna put together the outline, but you know what? Let's just make it a little free flow.
Yeah. It's my first time ever doing something like this, so yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, next time we'll bring quesadilla and you, but we'll have to do a puro chisme.
Puro chisme, sí.
Nos ponemos a chismear con queso. That's.
He's got stories.
He's got stories. Nah, it's one of my friends that every time I see him, it's like, you can have a bad day. You see quesadilla, your shit is gonna light up for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, good vibes all around.
Good vibes all around. Bueno, before anything, I want to say thank you guys again for listening to this episode, and also if you guys are out in downtown Austin, I believe it's at the Parish or Continental Club. I'm gonna be out, and we're gonna be covering the show of the Tiaras and Jenny and the Mexicans. I just got the confirmation that we are gonna be doing that on Friday, September 11th. August 11th. It's pretty close to downtown. I think East Fort. I followed that band for a decade, Jenny and the Mexicans. So it's cool seeing how a group from Austin is gonna be opening for a group from Mexico and Spain.
That's awesome.
So that's if you guys are not doing anything, the tickets are still $20. Not bad. Show some love, show some support. And thank you for listening to this episode. Y se cuidan, se portan bien. Y arriba el América.
Boom.
Y Fagu.
Love you, Fagu.
Adios.